The Beast of Bray Road. Bray Road is a farm road located in the rural community of Elkhorn, in Walworth County, Wisconsin. The creature was allegedly first sighted in 1936, but in the 1980s reports started regularly, as witnesses claimed to see a werewolf-like creature in the area. The reports have continued until this day. The creature is described as around 6 to 7 feet tall, with grayish and brown fur. Its face is said to resemble that of a wolf, and its ears are pointed. It reportedly has 3 long claws on each hand. It also is said to have shiny yellow eyes. Its body has been compared to that of a muscular man. It also tends to sit back or kneel like a human. The beast reportedly can run and walk on all 4 of its legs, or just its hind legs. The press soon dubbed the creature the Beast of Bray Road. Others have called it the Bray Road Beast and the Wisconsin Werewolf. A local reporter with the local newspaper, the Walworth County Week, Linda Godfrey, was assigned to cover the story, and was so convinced of the eyewitness accounts that she wrote the book, The Beast of Bray Road, Tailing Wisconsin's Werewolf. She believes the beast is real. One witness claimed, since the early days of the country, people have been reporting the sightings of the Beast of Bray Road in and around Elkhorn, Wisconsin. People have seen the beast as far away as Illinois. The Beast of Bray Road is a Bigfoot-like cryptid. It can resemble a bear, or in some cases, a wolf. It is very large, and reportedly intelligent. Many locals consider the Beast of Bray Road to be a werewolf. Some cryptozoologists consider it only another series of Bigfoot sightings. One first-hand witness said, "I lived in the town of Franklin, Wisconsin. This was about 1997 or 1998. We had just moved into a brand new subdivision, and were currently the only house that was built there. The rest of the area for a long distance was empty lots, on what used to be the adjoining farm's land. Our backyard had a running creek. On the other side of the creek was some brush and a single-lane road, with an old wooden streetlight, that gave off an orange glow about 30 yards or so away. It was a warm summer night, and I was having a sleepover with one of my friends. We had all the lights off and were playing hide and seek in the dark. I went back into our sunroom and saw something crouched over, illuminated through the brush, and the orange streetlight. I'm not sure how to describe its body posture. You know how when you're about to throw up, and you hunch over on your knees and palms? It was similar to that. Its breaths were so deep and heavy that you could see its chest heaving from that distance. We had a 140-pound Akita who stood 6 feet on his hind legs. I could easily tell that whatever this was dwarfed my Akita. I also know that it wasn't any type of dog or wolf. Its hind legs were thick and muscular like a man's, but its body tapered at the abdomen, and had a head like a wolf or canine. I called out to my friend who came over and just said, "What the blank is that?" to me, trying not to make much noise. We sat there as it was hunched for a good 30 minutes. My dad, who was a Vietnam vet, came out to see what we were doing up so late. We asked what it was and he just said, "I don't know." He then went outside as we stayed in, scared for my dad. He had one of those old megalights and took it with him. He stood in the driveway and shined it on whatever it was. It looked back at us, and I honestly don't remember its eye color. What I do remember is that when it took off into the brush, it took off upright, like a sprinter, from the on all fours stance. My dad heard it splash through the creek and hightailed it in. It was one of those messed up moments you don't really talk about because people would think you were crazy. When I heard about it so many years later, I immediately knew I'd seen it too. Another early report claims, a man named Mark Shackleman, a night watchman at St. Coletta Convent, was driving on Highway 18, just east of Jefferson County, Wisconsin. As Shackleman approached one of the Native American burial mounds in the area, he saw someone or something standing near the mound. As he got closer, he could see that this was not human, but he wasn't sure what it was. The beast was about 7 feet tall and he estimated it weighed about 500 pounds. The beast appeared to be digging at the mound. Shackleman soon noticed a strong repugnant smell, which he said was like rotting meat. Shackleman panicked and fled. Some days later, Shackleman got up the nerve to return to the area. As he approached, to his surprise, the Bray Road beast was still there, This time the man got a very good look at the beast. Its face was like a wolf, its hands were human-like with what he described as a twisted thumb. Shackleman said that the beast made a grunting sound that he described as sounding like Gadara. After what he said was several minutes of staring down with the beast, it disappeared into the nearby woods. There were no additional reports of the Bray Road beast sightings for many years, at least none that became public. Then in 1964, the beast was seen just 2 miles from the location of the 1936 sighting. The creature was reported again in 1972 when a woman said the beast tried to break into her home, before attacking and seriously injuring a horse. On October 31, 1989, Dorothy Gibson was driving on Bray Road near Devlin, Wisconsin, when she felt a bump. Thinking she may have hit something, she stopped and got out of her car. She saw nothing behind the car, but as she looked around, approximately 50 feet away, Gibson saw a very large, bizarre-looking creature running at her. She quickly got back into the car and started to drive off. The Beast of Bray Road jumped onto the trunk of the vehicle, but quickly fell off as she sped off. Gibson told a neighbor about what had happened, and showed them some deep scratches on her car trunk. From there the rumor of the Bray Road beast began to spread once again, and more people began to come forward to tell their own strange stories of encounters with the beast. Another sighting of the Bray Road beast in 1989 was reported by 24-year-old Lorraine Indrizzi. Indrizzi said she was driving on Bray Road when she saw something that appeared to be crouching on the side of the road. She slowed her car to get a better look, and what she saw would terrify her. She said that she was within 6 feet of the beast. She reported that she saw the beast for about 45 seconds, and described it as being a large brown-gray hair-covered creature. It had large fangs, pointed ears and a face like a wolf. Indrizzi noted that the beast was built very broad, like a bodybuilder, and looked very powerful. Indrizzi escaped in her car, and related her story to her family. Her mother contacted local reporter Linda Godfrey. Godfrey talked to many people who claimed to have seen the Beast of Bray Road. Godfrey would publish the story on December 29, 1991. She would also go on to write in numerous books about the Beast of Bray Road, writing about history of the creature. 2 Milwaukee TV stations, WTMJ Channel 4, and WISN Channel 12, reported on November 9 and 10 in 2006, that Stephen Kruger, 39, a contractor who picks up roadkill for Washington, and several other counties in southern Wisconsin, had an encounter with a Bigfoot. From Kruger's description, the creature that has been seen near Wausau was tagged the Werewolf by investigator Todd Roll, and described in Hunting the American Werewolf. According to Kruger, he was making his usual rounds the night of November 8, when about 1:30 a.m. on the morning of November 9, he spotted a 70 to 80 pound deer that wasn't on his pickup list on Highway 167, east of the Holy Hill entrance on Church Road. He picked the deer up, noting that it was still limp and probably freshly killed. Kruger stands 6 feet tall and weighs 230 pounds, and was able to hoist the carcass into the truck with some effort. After getting the deer into the truck bed, he left the tailgate down, and got into his cab to fill out the paperwork. He also left on the light that illuminates the truck bed, and in compliance with DOT regulations, his flashing amber light on top of the cab. He had the windows rolled up, and had the radio playing loudly. He said, "The first I knew about it was when the truck shook. I thought it might be the wind, but then it happened again, only stronger. I looked in the rearview mirror, then I saw it. It was standing on the ground, bent over the tailgate, reaching into the back of the truck. It had its paw out and had the deer by its one paw. I was frozen for a few seconds from being shocked, then I threw the truck into drive and stepped on it to get out of there." Kruger estimates he looked at the creature for about 5 seconds before flooring the gas pedal. "It had pointy ears that were triangular shaped," he said, "and they looked like big wolf ears. That was the main feature that made me realize it was not a bear. It had a longer muzzle than a bear would have, and its head was more like a wolf. It almost looked like a very large black bear standing on its feet, if you took a wolf's head and enlarged it and set it on the bear's body." Kruger guessed the creature's height at 6 to 7 feet, but only was able to see it from the chest up. The fur was about 2 inches long, black and fairly smooth. "I know it wasn't Bigfoot." As Kruger drove away, he heard a metallic clang, which he recognized as one of the aluminum, fold-up ramps he uses to help drag large specimens into the truck bed. Folded up, the ramp is about 1.5 feet wide by 2.5 feet long. He guessed that it was tangled up in the legs of the deer, because both the ramp and the deer were pulled clear of the truck. Kruger drove away, then decided he wanted to go back and see if he could retrieve the ramp. He drove back, he said, and got out of the truck for about 2 seconds, mindful that the creature could still be in the area. He didn't notice any odor or see the creature, and both the deer and the ramp had vanished. Kruger continued his rounds, driving around until 4:30 a.m. and trying to decide if he should report it. He was afraid of being made fun of, but finally decided that this was something large enough to be dangerous, and that the sheriff should be alerted. He drove to the sheriff's department in West Bend, walked in and made his report. I was afraid it would take a Bigfoot turn, although he was careful not to say that word. A TV employee later told him that the deputy who handled his report wrote that it was a Yeti sighting. I told them it looked something like a bear but was not a bear, adding he has observed everything from wolves to coyotes feeding on deer carcasses late at night. I never said it was Bigfoot. He said the sheriff's deputy asked if it could have been a person in a fursuit. Kruger laughed, explaining that the deer he picked up was not on his list and that no one knows his route on any given night. Would someone sit in the woods and wait 48 hours for me to come along just to scare me? It didn't look like a human configuration. As for evidence, Kruger said that there were no prints left that he could see on the truck bed, which was full of other carcasses. He wasn't sure how the creature was able to grasp the deer with one paw and pull it from the truck bed. The sheriff's department told him that bears are extremely rare in that area. I know what a bear looks like, and this was not a bear, said Kruger emphatically. He also said that the creature did not jump on or into the truck, as was reported. Tell us what you think of the Beast of Bray Road. Also, please like and subscribe.